Okay, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to Let's Stream from 3D Academy. It's me once again, Miss Lin, okay? And today is such kind of not so good day, right? You can notice that the weather is not so good. It's not my favorite weather conditions. And I really hate this kind of weather conditions because it makes everything just very wet and dirty. So for this kind of weather conditions, I just want to remain at home and to watch some kind of useful live stream, just like this kind of live stream from 3D Academy, okay? Because I can relax and I can like enrich my knowledge and to learn some kind of useful vocabulary from English as well, okay? So hello, Nguyễn Thu Trang. Hello, Nguyễn Thu Trang. A long time no see. How have you been? And have you taken the IELTS test? I haven't heard from you for quite long, right? Okay guys, so as what you... Hello Nguyễn Thu Trang, em chưa ạ. Vậy là em chưa thi IELTS. Ok, chưa thi để lâu quên mất đấy. Okay. Okay guys, so as what you can notice from the description box, today we have lessons regarding the IELTS speaking part 1. Okay, IELTS speaking part 1. And the topic is about email. Okay, email. Okay, so we are not talking about some kind of handwritten letters, but we talk about the emails, the thing that we compose, we type on a computer, and we use the internet to send it to our recipient. Okay, so that is kind of email. Okay, electronic mail. It's totally different from post mail or snail mail, or the normal mail that we normally write by our hand and just like rush to the post office to send that kind of mails to our recipient. Okay, guys, so the very first question is this one. How often do you write email? How often do you write email? Could you please leave a comment below so that I know whether okay, I know how often you write email. How often? Okay, so for those questions which start by how often, you should state clearly the level of frequency, right? The level of frequency. So guys, just remember that you can have or you can make use of different or several adverbs of frequency. For example, always. Guys, just remember that we pronounce always, two syllable only, okay? Do not pronounce something like all the way or something like that. Actually, it's pronounced always, okay? Always. Not all the way, something like that. It's totally wrong. Okay, and then we got usually, frequently, regularly. Okay, and based on my own teaching experience at 3D Academy, I noticed that a lot of students mispronounce this word, and you guys pronounce something like regularly or something like that. But actually, we got regularly. There's no U sound. Okay, there's no U sound in this kind of word. So we got regularly. We put the word stress in the first syllable, not regularly or something like that. It's actually regularly, okay? And then we got some kind of often, sometimes, and then like hardly ever, once in a blue moon, and never, okay? But of course, instead of using adverbs of frequency, you can opt for different kind of methods. So you can state clearly the number of the time that you do something. For example, once or twice, 3 times, 4 times, or something like that, okay? So, now let's take a look at the sample answer prepared by 3D Academy. How often do you write email? So in order to advance your answer into a high level, you should state and you should make use of the method of making comparison. So, you can say like, well, there is a huge gap, right? There is a huge gap between the frequency of composing emails when I was a little boy, right? When I was a little boy, and that at the moment, right? At the moment, That means now, right? At the moment, now. So you can say like when I was still when I was still a little boy, when I was still a little girl, and if like you are, if let's say you were a little boy, you can say like when I was still in short trousers, okay? When I was still a boy, that means when I was still in short trousers, okay? So it's another phrase that you can use to describe that kind of specific period. When I was a little boy, or you can say like when I was still in short trousers, okay? I had no business or academic matters to contact via emails. But like, however, as a university student now, right? As a university student now, I need to use emails to exchange information. Okay, I need to use email to exchange information with my classmates and our lecturers on a daily basis. Okay, every day, or you can say like on a daily basis. Okay, every day or on a daily basis. Okay, hello, Hoàng Hoài Anh. Trời mưa ở nhà nghe thầy giảng cảm giác thật tuyệt. Ok, cảm ơn em. Thank you very much. Thanks for paying me such a very charming compliment. It's a source of motivation for me. Thank you. Okay, guys. So, I just want to rephrase and I just want to lay an emphasis on the sample answer once again. Okay, so how often do you write email? And you must say like, well, there's a huge gap, right? There's a huge gap. That means there is a stark difference. There's a huge gap between the frequency of composing emails when I was still in short trousers, okay? When I was still in short trousers. And that at the moment, right? And that at the moment. When I was still in short trousers, or when I was a little boy, or when I was a little girl, I had no business or academic matters to contact via emails, okay, alright? However, as a university student now, I need to use emails to exchange information with my classmates and our lecturers, right? And our lecturers on a daily basis. Just means every day, okay? On a daily basis, every day. And guys, just remember that you can call the teacher at university lecturers, okay? So whenever you want to refer to the professors, the doctors that teach you in university, you can refer them to lecturers, okay? Lecturers, okay? So that is enough for the very first questions. Clear? If you have further inquiries, just don't hesitate to drop a line in our inbox for the fan page, IELTS Go to ED, right? Or you make like directly leave comment below so that I will be able to like reply to it promptly, and I will provide you guys with some sort of corrections if necessary. And if let's say you made an impeccable level of answering and responding to the task questions, I will help you to spread it to many other IELTS learners and viewers from 3D Academy. Okay. Okay guys, now let's move on to the second number one, okay? Sorry, to the question number two, okay? To the question number two, the second questions, okay? Now let's move on to the second questions. Who do you write to? Who do you write to? Guys, who do you write to? Who do you normally send an email to? Okay? Guys, if you notice and if you pay a close heed to the previous sample also, I already mentioned, okay? I already mentioned the kind of the recipients of my email, okay? So if let's say you still remember, you may notice that I normally send emails to my classmates and our university lecturers, right? So you may have this kind of answer for the second questions, okay? Who do you write to? I mean, you must like ask what I told you, right? As what I told you, or as previously mentioned, okay? So if you select as previously mentioned Okay, it sounds better. So as previously mentioned, I usually write and send emails to my friends and our university teachers in order to further discuss the content of the lessons, right? To further discuss the content of the lessons, and also to do our group assignments, right? To do our group assignments, and also to submit my essays, okay? To submit my essays to our lecturers. So of course, normally a university student may utilize the mode of writing email in order to have some kind of open discussions to further their understanding regarding their understanding, right, regarding the content of the lessons, right, and also to have some kind of discussions to do their group assignments, and also to submit their homework, to submit their essay, right? So you can have this kind of the following answer. How do you write so? As previously mentioned, I usually write and send emails to my friends and our university lecturers in order to further discuss the content of the lessons, to do group assignments, and also to submit my essays. Okay, to submit my essays. Clear? Okay, hello Đức Hùng. So guys, let's pay attention to the comment from Đức Hùng. He said that he normally writes email to his teachers and his monitor in the university. Okay, so you can say like normally, right? Normally I need to contact our monitor, our class monitor, okay, our class monitor, lớp trưởng, right? Lớp trưởng, our class monitor. And of course, I need to also to submit our assignments to our university lecturers. Okay, so you can use the word. Just now, I just mentioned the word lecturers. Okay, lecturers, and you can use this kind of word instead of teacher. Okay. Okay, so that's not for the second questions. Now let's move on to the third one. Now guys, let's move on to the third one. Okay, so got the question number 3 is in this kind of questions, I'm gonna introduce to you a very complicated and a kind of complex answer which cover lots of things, and it will be extremely beneficial for your vocabulary. So now, let's move on to the question number 3, okay? Question number 3. What kinds of emails do you receive that make you happy? Okay? What kinds of emails do you receive that make you happy? This is kind of a very interesting question, right? And you should state clearly, you should point out what kinds of emails that you receive and make you happy. Okay, some kind of the emails to inform you about the good news, or some kind of the promotions, the sales, the discount, right? Some kind of like heavy promotion program from your favorite brands, from your favorite like companies or brands, fashion brands, okay? Or something just like the acceptance letters, if let's say, right? For example, when you apply for a slot in a highly prestigious university, or when you apply for a positions in a company and you just got accepted, right? So normally you will receive a notification in the form of an official acceptance letters from them, right? So normally they will send that kind of letter via email, okay? So what kinds of emails do you receive that make you happy? And I will help you with this kind of the following some answer. So you must say like, well, just like many other ordinary people, right? So guys, just remember that for the word O-R-D-I and A-R-Y, okay? So we've got two ways of pronouncing ordinary in British English. And so guys, if you adore and you admire the British accent, just like what I'm speaking, okay? So you can opt for this kind of pronunciations, ordinary, But if you choose to speak American English, you can say like ordinary. Okay, ordinary. Of course, this word stress always falls onto the first syllable. It's got ordinary. Ordinary or something like that. I am not good at American English, okay? So you got ordinary and ordinary in British English, okay? So, well, just like many other ordinary people, I enjoy it so much, right? I enjoy it so much when receiving the official acceptance letters from one or from some employees, okay? Or sorry, from some employers, okay? From some employers or educational institutions, from some schools, okay? From some schools or from some educational institutions. After I apply for a slot in those organizations, okay? In those organizations. And it will be much better if they send me an email to confirm a scholarship, right? To confirm a scholarship for to further my educations or a promotion for my at work, okay? So of course, I know for sure that I bet you guys that every one of us, right, is really happy if we receive a kind of a news or an email that inform or that like confirm the promotions at work, right? Or some kind of the acceptance letters regarding like the scholarship for us, right? The scholarship for us to like, or some kind of sponsorship for us to continue to further our educations. That means we can like reach further in our educations. We can study for more, for a higher level, okay? So of course, you can say like it would be much better if they sent me an email to confirm a scholarship for me to further my educations or promotions for my at work, right? If let's say if you're not working, you may mention a promotion at work, and if you're a student, you may mention a scholarship for you to further your educations. Clear? Okay, and you can say like additionally, okay, additionally, any emails from my favorite brands, especially in the sector fashion and technologies, that inform me about the latest special deal, okay, the latest special deal, and also some kind of the heavy discount, okay, heavy discount, will easily arouse my interest and excitement, okay. And guys, just remember that we got a verb arouse, A-R-O-U-S-E, arouse. Arouse something. It is actually a verb and it's used to refer to a situation that something can like make a person have a specific feeling, okay? So it makes you feel interested. That means it arouses your interest, okay? It makes you feel excited. That means it arouses your excitement, okay? Hello, Đức Hùng. I suggest that you should write some basic information on paper, then show us. It will help us to get the lessons easier. Okay, I got it, clear. It's such a kind of a very good suggestions, and I will follow this kind of advice. Okay, I will follow that kind of advice in the upcoming live stream, okay? Because in today's live stream, I haven't prepared any piece of paper, okay? So from the upcoming live streams, I will help you guys to jot down some kind of the keyword that you can learn, okay? But if you want to like really to have a closer interactions with me and to learn better and to expand your vocabulary and also to do some kind of corrections with your pronunciations, I guess you should drop by our academy and register for a course. Okay. Thank you so much, Đức Hùng. Thank you so much, Đức Hùng, and I already received your suggestions and I already like took it into my considerations and I will do it. Okay, I will do it in the upcoming live streams. Okay. Okay, now let's get back to the content of lessons today, right? Guys, just remember that you can use the verb arouse, okay? You can use the verb arouse to mention the situation when something or somebody or some kind of the actions make you have a special or a kind of specific feeling. Okay, so when it makes you feel interested, you may say like it arouses my interest. It makes you feel irritated. Okay, it makes you irritated. That means it arouses your irritations. Okay, your irritations. Okay, it makes you feel just like excited, and you can say like it arouses my excitement. Okay, clear? Okay, so for the third questions, what kinds of emails do you receive that make you happy? And you must say like, well, just like many other ordinary people, okay, just like many other ordinary people, I enjoy it so much when receiving the official acceptance letters from some employers or educational institutions, right? Or some educational institutions. You can call a school educational institutions, okay? Another word, another phrase, okay? An educational institutions. After I apply for a slot in those organizations, right? And of course, it would be much better if they send me an email to confirm or to inform me about the scholarship for to further my educations, or some kind of the promotions for my at work, right? Additionally, any emails from my favorite fashion brands, okay? Any emails from my favorite fashion brands, especially like some kind of the high-end luxury brands, okay, that inform me about the latest special deal or a heavy discount would easily, or you may say like would immediately, right, would immediately arouse my interest and excitement. Okay, clear? Understand that? Okay, so guys, like we have gone through 3 questions for the outspeaking part 1 regarding emails. Now let's move on to the very last, the 4th one, okay? The 4th one, the 4th questions. Question number 4. Question number 4. Do you think it's important to reply to emails quickly? Guys, do you think it is important to reply to emails quickly? Okay, so guys, so prior to the moment that we get into the sample answer for this kind of questions, you should bear in mind that we pronounce reply, not reply, okay? Because like normally in Vietnamese, right? In Vietnamese, we may ask each other and we may have this kind of conversations in our daily life. For example, mày rap nói chưa, right? Something like that. Mày rap nói chưa? Rap, okay? Rap is actually a way that you like. It's actually a shortened, right? A shortened form of the verb reply. Okay, reply. So we pronounce reply, not reply. Okay, reply, not reply. So the question is, do you think it's important to reply to emails quickly? You reply to something, you reply to somebody, okay? So, you must say like, if let's say your answer is both yes or no, right? Your answer is both yes or no. And of course, your reactions, your response, the way of your behavior and just like replying to the emails depends on the standards and the urgentness of the matter, right? So you may say like, personally, I suppose that, okay? Personally, I suppose that it heavily depends, right? It heavily depends on each specific situations, okay? It heavily depends on each specific situations. That means like the way that you can decide to reply to the emails quickly or not, right? Actually, it depends on specific situations, okay? And guys, just remember that we pronounce situation. We put the verb stress in the 3rd syllable, and we got situation. Situations. It's not pronounced situation, okay? Because a lot of you guys pronounce something like situation. It's actually situation, okay? Situation. Okay, so hello Đức Hùng. It depends on my workload in that day because I often check my email before I go to bed. Okay, so guys, let's pay attention to the comment from Mr. Đức Hùng. Okay, he said that his answer to the questions of do you think it's important to reply to emails quickly is this one. It depends on my workload. Okay, it depends on my workload in that day, or actually you should on that day. Okay, on that day. Okay, so it heavily depends on my workload on each specific day. Okay, so you should lay an emphasis into the condition, right? So you must say like it heavily depends. Okay, it heavily depends on my workload on each specific day. Okay, on each specific day, because I often check my emails before I go to bed. Good, right? Good. So guys, you must say like, well, it heavily. Now let's get back to the sample answer in mind, right? Okay, so you must say like it heavily depends on each specific situations. For those urgent matters, okay, for those urgent matters regarding my academic study or my job, right, it's obviously necessary, right? It's obviously necessary for me to reply to the emails promptly. So when you do something like promptly, okay, we got this word. Let me show you. So we got like promptly, okay, promptly. So we got PROMPTLY, promptly, okay, promptly. So when you do something without delay, okay, when you do something without delay, and exactly at the correct time, or at the time mentioned, that means you do that kind of thing promptly, okay? So you must say like, for those urgent matters, okay, for those urgent matters related to my academic study or work, of course, right, of course, it's obviously necessary for me to reply to emails, to those emails promptly. But if let's say, okay, however, if let's say, it's just like a piece of advertisements, okay, it's just a piece of advertisements, or some minor, or you may say like some trivial, right, trivial, TRIVIAL, okay, TRIVIAL, okay, trivial, something like not worth considering, something like nonsense, okay, something like not so important or not so serious, okay. So you may say like, if let's say it's just a piece of advertisements or some minor or some trivial issues that can wait, right, that can wait, of course I'll simply skip it, okay, I will simply skip it, or I will like manage to reply to it when I have time on my hands, okay. So when you have time on your hands, that means like you have free time, okay. So when I have time on my hands, that means when I have free time, when I have spare time, when I have leisure time, okay, clear? So guys, just wrap up, right? Wrap up, and we've gone through, I've led you through, I've guided you through the four questions for the IELTS speaking part 1 regarding the topic of emails, okay? I hope that you already like tremendously benefited from the content of lessons, and you learn some kind of new words, and you know the technique that you can use to extend and to lengthen your answers, okay? Thank you very much for your attentions, and just remember that the highly qualified teachers at Video Academy have always been looking forward to receiving your support for our live streams, our educational products and educational programs actually, okay? So guys, just remember that you can like hit the like and the share button, so that is gonna be a source of motivations for us to keep up our good work, okay? So once again, thanks for your attentions, and see you next time. Bye bye.